Our attention now turns to the cup competitions, the semi-final second leg of the Carabou Cup and the third round of the FA Cup, both against the same team, possibly the best team in the Premier League at this moment in time. I don't think we are good enough to get anything out of these games, but bring on Newcastle. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to The Road to Glory, Part 89, Season 10, here at Preston. And we are doing very well in the league. We are currently in third place and we are 3 points behind the best team in the league, Newcastle, and we are level on points with Liverpool, who have a slightly better goal difference than us. The interesting thing is we are still in the Champions League spots, and who knows what this season is going to bring, and we are 6 points ahead of Aston Villa, who are just outside the Champions League spots. We are also 11 points clear of Chelsea, who are just outside the European places. And there are 22 games gone. We have 47 points, and we were expected to finish next to bottom in the league. The board just wanted us to avoid relegation, and I think we've done that now, and we've done ourselves proud. And today we will be playing 2 games against Newcastle. We will be in the FA Cup third round at home, and then a couple of days later we'll be playing the second leg of the Carabou Cup semi-final, again at home to Newcastle. And we are getting a little tired of playing against Newcastle, and I'll be pleased to see the back of this Newcastle team. They are a very, very good team, and it's going to be hard for us to get anything out of any of these 3 games. But before we go into all that, if you are new to the channel and you love FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you're definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very, very good cause that you can see scrolling up above. And if you are a regular follower, remember it's likes and comments that will help YouTube to push the videos out to brand new viewers. So why not give us a like, leave a comment, and help the channel to grow, help YouTube to push it out to people who are yet to visit the channel or are yet to be suggested to visit the channel. So let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us have that 2-0 victory away at Wolves, and we followed that with a nice 1-0 home victory against Brighton. That was followed by a 2-2 draw away at Chelsea, very, very good result that. And then we followed that with the Carabou Cup quarter-final, a 2-1 victory against Fulham. And then in the Premier League after that, we beat Crystal Palace by 3-0, comprehensively beating them, before we went away to the Etihad and drew 1-1 with Manchester City. We then followed that with a 3-2 victory at home to Watford, and that was followed by a 1-1 draw away at Arsenal. Another very, very good result. And then against Newcastle in the first leg of the semi-final of the Carabou Cup, we were doing okay and drawing 1-1 until Stoica made a horrendous error and allowed Victor to score the winning goal late on. And I'm not really expecting anything out of these 3 games against Newcastle. Clearly they are a better team than we are, and we'll be very lucky not to be annihilated in these 3 games. And I do think that this is just asking this team too much in terms of the cup competitions this season, and it will be good to be out of the cup competition so that we can then just focus solely on the Premier League, pick ourselves up and then put a run together and try to maintain a European place. The cup competitions were not yet quite good enough, I don't think, and so we need to focus on just getting into Europe for next season. And hopefully, with only the Premier League to focus on then, we will be able to do that. In terms of transfer news, we have turned down an offer for Stoica of £21 million from Crystal Palace. I don't want to let him go. I see him as an integral part of the team for a couple more years, and Crystal Palace came in with that bid. We rejected it, and he didn't seem to have a problem with it. A number of other players are wanted. Dion Pugh is wanted. Sam Surridge is wanted, but I have transfer listed Sam Surridge. He's not happy with his playing time, wants to have a new challenge. And I think the time is right to let him go. He is now over 30, and it's time to let Sam Surridge go. He's done very, very well for Preston, and it's time to let him go and see what his future's all about. Ali McCann is wanted by Brentford, and I guess I will let him go. We won't need as many players in the squad for the second half of the season, especially if we're out of the cup competitions. So letting go Ali McCann will not be a problem. Oliver Syke is wanted, and so we will let him go. He's just the backup goalkeeper, and if they come in for a bid for him, we'll let him go. Becker is wanted. I don't really want to lose Becker. I see him as part of the plans for the future, and so I think we'll try our best to keep hold of him. And then of course Stoiker, he's still wanted by Crystal Palace and West Ham, but as long as we are third in the table, I can't see any reason why he would want to leave, and I hope that he will decide that he wants to stay at Preston and see what happens at the end of this season. In terms of injuries, we have had some more terrible bad news, and we have now Joaquin Flores out with a fractured lower leg. He's expected to be out for between 2 and 3 months, probably just over 3 months. And it is quite interesting that in my time here at Preston, I have only signed 2 wonder kids, one of which was Hugo Bueno, who immediately on coming to the club managed to damage his cruciate ligaments, was out for the entire season and then never played for Preston again. And now Joaquim Flores, defensive midfielder, central midfielder, who is a wonder kid. He is the next one to break a leg and to be out for a long period of time. And he broke his leg on one of the training days where we were hardly doing anything. It was just match tactics and a match preview. If he broke his leg on a day we were doing some intense physical training, I would say fair enough. But just when we're having a couple of meetings, what did he do? Trip over his chair? Please sort out these injuries. Please play fair when it comes to injuries. And so it is what it is, and we have to get on with the next game, and we will be playing these 2 games at home to Newcastle, the FA Cup third round and the second leg of the Carabou Cup semi-final. Can we get something out of it? I very much doubt it. I think this is just one step too far for this very young Preston team. Next year maybe, but I'm not sure it's going to happen this year. But we'll do our best. We've set up the team as best we can. Now it's time to go and kick some balls. And so the team for today in this second game against Newcastle, the FA Cup third round, is Alton in goal with Pugh, Ganari, Adolphson, Cabar at the back, Gourlay, Applethwaite, Simpson and Verdejo in the middle, with Surridge and Grant playing up front. Possibly one of Surridge's last games for the club. It is a very rotated team and we are not a fit team, but I really don't want to be in these cup competitions much longer. And I think it would be nice if we can recover from 3 defeats, then I think it would be nice. I'm just going to say that we need to just show everybody that their faith in us is justified, and I have faith in you as a team. And it is very rotated team, and I'm hoping that because both teams have rotated a little bit, that we could put up a good performance here. But it is at the moment Newcastle on the ball, and they do have the first highlight, and we just need to play our game, see what happens, and not give them too much. He's supposed to be tight marked, that boy, but he's got away from his marker. Newcastle have a chance, and it is almost in. Newcastle have another chance. They've hit the post twice. We've survived, and Applethwaite looks to bring the ball forward, and the highlight finally comes to an end. And that was a very lucky escape. And it is at the moment Preston 0, Newcastle 0. Newcastle also have rotated their team a lot, and so who knows what's going to happen in this game. They also have 1 or 2 tired players playing, and Olise is very tired on the right wing. They've got Isak playing out of position on the left wing. So we just don't know what's going to happen in this game. All we can hope is we put up a good performance. Our team is very rotated and we should be very fit. And maybe we do have a chance, and we have scored, and Surridge has put us 1-0 ahead. Don't hold your breath. I don't think that is going to be the last action of the game. And Surridge really is making a case for I want to play. It was a nice ball from Gourlay out to Pugh. Pugh saw Surridge's run and Surridge just buried it. And he doesn't want to leave Preston. He does want to play more football, and I can understand that, but with Ferguson in such rich vein of form, it's very difficult to play Surridge. And it's just sad really for Surridge that his time maybe at Preston is up. And although we are not winning the possession battle, we are creating decent chances. Newcastle are winning the game pretty much, and we need to put our foot on the ball a little bit more, I think, and try to keep possession. We're not winning the possession battle, and I think after this highlight I will do that. I want to come down off the tempo, just to try to get our foot on the ball a little bit, and that was good goalkeeping by Alton, keeping the ball out. I am going to make this change now. I just want us to come down off the tempo a little bit, try to put our foot on the ball a little bit more, and hopefully we can gain a little bit more possession than we've actually been having. We are losing the possession battle. I mean, fair play, Newcastle are a much, much better team than we are, and they are in again, and Isak is going to score, and he has scored, and it is now Preston 1, Newcastle 1, and we have done as well as we can, I think. I did say when we scored it probably wasn't going to be the only goal of the game. It's now 1-1. We're doing okay. We're not losing as yet. We probably will. Isak probably needs to be tight marked now, and so I will go and sort that out once the highlight's done. We'll go and tight mark Isak. And so it's 1-1, and I don't really know what else we can do. Gusto is having another good game. He had a very good game last time, and we need to keep him off the ball. We have instructed the players to tight mark him, but maybe I need to do something about him. He's having a very, very good game at right back for Newcastle, and pretty much dominating the game. We need to win the ball back. We're not, possession wise, we need to dominate the game a little bit more, and we're just letting Newcastle come at us, which is not good. And they do have a chance. They are in again. They have scored a second, and it is now Preston 1, Newcastle 2. I'm not too happy with the team now after going ahead. They've let us down a little bit, and Newcastle's second team are beating our second team in the FA Cup. The board are not going to be very impressed, but hey, it is Newcastle. What do you expect? And if it was Barnsley, I'd say fair enough. But this is the best team in England at the moment. And at the moment, it's now Preston 1, Newcastle 2. This team is not playing very well. And yeah, why not? We'll say work the ball into the box. And Fenwick is finding a lot of space. We're in trouble. And I think I'm going to say we're in the position we deserve to be. I want us to get hold of the ball a little bit more, so I think what I'm going to do, just come down, play slower. If we're going to work it into the box, then let's play a little bit a slower tempo, be a bit more patient, and see if Fenwick is having a very, very good game for Newcastle. I don't want to tell anyone to tight mark anybody, because it just doesn't make any sense. We are not the best marking team in the world, and it is going to be Newcastle with another highlight. Can we get back into this game? But it looks like it's Newcastle all the way, and we just need to move on from this. And that's a lovely ball over to Isak. We don't need to get him onto his left foot. Don't let him turn. Newcastle have another chance. I think I'm going to go and make some changes. And so I have taken our goalkeeper off. He was having an absolute shocker, the goalkeeper. And so we've brought on Passmore for a game. And I hope we can get ourselves back into this game. We've also taken off our Grant, who was also having a terrible game. And we have another injury to Carabou, and it's just not going very well at all now. And it's still Preston 1, Newcastle 2. We need to get these games out of the way and move on to the Premier League and trying to secure a European spot. But whether we can recover from 3 games on 3 defeats on the trot to Newcastle, I don't know. It's going to be hard to recover from that, and morale will take a real hit. But as long as we've done okay, done ourselves credit, then hey ho. I think what I'm going to do is go a little bit more positive now. We've got nothing to lose, and yeah, let's go a little bit more positive. What I might do is I might stretch the lineup and go a bit more positive and see if we can't get anything out of this game late on. And one more substitution. We will bring on Charteris for Pew. We've played badly. Our rating's terrible. Adolphson's had a terrible game, but he is only a squad player. We've rotated the team. It hasn't paid off, and Newcastle have beaten us. And so we are out of the FA Cup, which I'm not really that bothered about. I was hoping that the game might allow me to get one of these competitions, but the game is very, very tough on you these days. I mean, I remember 10 years ago you would have won one of those games. You wouldn't have known which one it was, but it would have allowed you to win one of those games. It's not doing that anymore. It's relentless, this game. And we have to go and play the last game against Newcastle. We are 2-1 down in the Carabou Cup semi-final. We have a home game to come. We will have our full team out this time. Newcastle will probably have a fit full team out this time as well. Let's just hope something will go right in this run of fixtures. I'll see you just before the game. And so here we go again against Newcastle in the second leg of the Carabou Cup semi-final. We are 2-1 down, and I've decided to play in a positive way today. We've got nothing to lose. Might as well go out there and try and win it. And so today we have Alton in goal with Charteris, Stoiker, Seligrat and Becker at the back. Milic, McCann, Bellingham and Agahoa in midfield, with Ferguson and Rojas up front. And I'd love to see a victory here today and go to the final of the Carabou Cup, probably against Manchester City. We're doing very well against Manchester City, and it would be really nice if we could win the Carabou Cup. And everybody expects us to lose here, boys. Just go out there, do your best, make me proud. See what we can get out of this. I'm really hoping that morale hasn't plummeted too much, because we do have to get back to Premier League business after this. And if morale is bad, then hopefully, we are going to be in trouble. I don't want us losing against teams lower than us in the league. And at the moment, we're doing okay. We're still not winning the possession battle against Newcastle. They are better at football than we are, and we are not. I'm not surprised that we are not winning the possession battle. They do tend to like this Olise, and he is very tired already and is probably in need of a very good rest. My assistant would be screaming at me if I had a player in that condition. But here come Newcastle, and they are looking very threatening. happening again. And ball over the top, man in acres of space, 1-0. No, it's hit the post, and we have managed to clear it. We do need to be much more aggressive, I think. And I think what I'm going to do is push the lines up and become a little bit more aggressive with them. And because we've got nothing to lose, this hasn't worked. The low block has not worked against them. We need to be much more aggressive and try and get something going here. And yeah, we'll mark get Charteris to do that. They are playing well all over the pitch. There's a lot of key passes going on, and they are playing very, very well all over the pitch. We are not doing so well, not creating near enough chances. But it is Milic. Milic finds Stoiker. Stoiker for McCann. McCann with a snapshot goes over the crossbar, and it remains 0-0. And we still are behind. It's still 2-1 to Newcastle. Work the ball into the box? I don't think so. I want us to continue playing with this high tempo. And let's see, this is the way we're going to play for the rest of the season, so we might as well get used to it. And Newcastle do have a free kick, fired into the box, headed on. They do have a chance, they have scored, and it is now Newcastle, Preston 0, Newcastle 1. We are 3-1 behind. I'll be very, very happy to see the back of this Newcastle team. Next season, we might be a better team, and next season we will get our revenge on Newcastle. But just for this year, we are not as good as them. Our goalkeeper, Alton, is having another nightmare, and it's because of him that we've not done very well in these competitions. And there's nothing I can do when the game decides that your goalkeeper's going to play badly. And it's just not his day for playing well. He's had 2 very poor games. And we do have a chance, though, and we have equalised. And Rojas has equalised, but I think he might be offside. I have a very funny feeling that the referee is going to give that as offside. We are checking VAR. And yeah, it is the goal is awarded, and it is Preston 1, Newcastle 1. We are back in the game, and who knows? Can we get another one? That will really set it up for a final 20 minutes or so if we can get another one. And I'm just looking. Charteris is having a poor game, so I'm going to take him off and bring on Pugh. And Agahoa is also playing badly. I'll need to do something about Agahoa. He's not having the greatest of games. But everybody else seems to be doing okay. Agahoa has picked himself up a little bit, but it is another set piece for Newcastle, and they are dangerous from set pieces. We've been doing a little bit of work on defensive set pieces, but they are just better than... Oh no, we cannot give another penalty. In cup competitions, we always give away a penalty. This is so unfair. Again, we gave away a penalty in the first game of this run of 3, and yeah, we've given away another one. And this is so unfair. And we're like, it always happens that we give away penalties in important cup games. And the game is sometimes very, very predictable. And he has saved it, though. The goalkeeper, Alton, who was having a terrible game, has decided to save it. This is another thing that SI have to look at. The game's predictability. And we gave away a penalty in the semi-final first leg. We've given away a penalty in the semi-final second leg. It just is getting a little predictable. I'm not sure what you've done since the update, but you have not helped your cause. And we do have the ball, though. I just have to say that it is what it is. We always knew we were not as good as Newcastle. And I'm going to take out play out from the back. Because we're not looking very safe there at the moment. As Becker looks to run down the left flank, he can't get the ball across. It remains Preston 1, Newcastle 1. We're doing better than we did in the first game, but it's not enough. and we are going to be out of both cup competitions. It's okay, that is not a big deal, and we can focus on the league and trying to qualify for Europe. We will do Newcastle next year. We will be a better side next year, and hopefully we'll do them. But Ferguson's in. Ferguson has a chance. Ferguson has scored, and it is now all square. And have Newcastle blown it? Are we going to get something out of this? Is this offside? What a game this is turning out to be. It is disallowed for offside. Yeah, he was offside. It's not to be. We have not pulled it level. I'm going to make some changes. And so we have made our 5 changes, and I don't think we can make any more, so we will just need to see this game out. We haven't been thrashed in any of the games. We've lost all 3 of them by the odd goal. You watch out, Newcastle. Next year we are going to be a better team, and we are going to take you to the cleaners. And if we don't win the Premier League this year, I'm expecting to win the Premier League next year. And what I'm going to do at this point in time is I am going to counter-press, just to take them by surprise. They're not the most aggressive team, and just we have energy left, more than Newcastle, and we'll just try and put some pressure on them, take them by surprise, as they're not that aggressive, and see if we can't do something that way, and force the goalkeeper to go long. And it should go all the way through to Alton. Alton, who saved a penalty today after giving away the first goal. So he's having a mixed game. But that's a nice ball upfield to Rojas. Rojas is in. Rojas has scored. Is it offside this time? I think the referee is checking it again. Is he? No, it's his 10th goal of the season. It's Preston 2, Newcastle 1. Maybe the press. No, I don't think it is the press, because those changes haven't taken place yet. It was just a long ball forward, and Rojas found himself in a bit of space behind the defence, and the goalkeeper almost saved it, but it wasn't to be. Newcastle are tiring, and Balde, they've made a change, so I'm going to actually make a change. And of course the thought, having made those changes now, the thought has suddenly occurred to me that we don't have a very good penalty-taking team. So if it does go to penalties, then probably it's going Newcastle's way. But a 2-2 draw at the moment is not so bad. We need to win this ball, though, in midfield. McCann has won the ball, finds Rojas. Rojas, can you pick a pass now? He finds Carabou on the left-hand side. Carabou cutting inside, looking for support, cannot find it. We're just crowded out in the middle, and Newcastle look to bring it forward. That's a poor pass, and it's picked up by Adolphson. McCann, he finds Seligrat. Seligrat with the ball over the top again, and Rojas is in the space, finds Ferguson, and Ferguson has put it in, and we are suddenly in the driving seat. It is now Preston 4, Newcastle 3. Is this disallowed? It has been disallowed. Oh boy, please, why couldn't you just give us that one? It was another long ball over the top. They were a long way offside. The referee was correct, but we've had now 2 disallowed goals. This is not going to be our day. But there's another lovely ball through to Verdejo. He has someone in support, but didn't look for him. We looked a bit slow and laboured going forward there. And we have lost the ball. Newcastle are coming forward. One shot, and it has been saved. I thought that was going to be the time when Newcastle won it, but it's not. It's still 3-3 on aggregate. Can we win this game? Can we keep morale good? And it has gone behind for another corner. Let's not lose this game. Let's at least get a draw. And then I don't mind. Morale will still be pretty good. We've held our own against Newcastle. That's speculative. Goes out for a goal kick. It remains 2-1 on the night. 3-3 on aggregate. We are into time added on. Looks like it's going to penalties. And will there be extra time is the question. I think there is extra time first. And that's not good because we'll have to pick this team up for the weekend. And I'll just say, yeah, you're doing very well. Keep it going. Is there anybody who's particularly tired? All of them. Milic is not looking in the best spirits out there. I think possibly we should bring on Applethwaite, and I'm going to play him as a deep line playmaker and just get him to take a few more risks and take more risks. Try popping some balls over the top and let's see what happens. I'm not feeling very optimistic at the moment. Newcastle finished the game stronger than we did. We've been unlucky. We had 2 disallowed goals. Our goalkeeper saved a penalty. It's really got to be worth something. But if we can do this, it'll be great. If we can't, no worries. Applethwaite, was he taken out there? I think he was taken out there. Well done, Dolphson, for coming to the ball. And again, we've lost the ball. I think I might ask them to get stuck in now because of this lack of aggression with Newcastle. And we will go to ask them, get stuck in. I don't think we're going to give away another penalty. And although we might, you never know with this game. But it is Newcastle coming forward. They are in space. Is that the goal? It is the goal. I think it's all over now. It's Preston 2, Newcastle 2. I think it's a game over. We've done well, but it was not to be. And it was poor defending. And this one will be allowed. Oh, it has been disallowed, so it still remains 3-3 on the night. And I had a funny feeling that this would be allowed because we'd had 2 disallowed, but it has been allowed. And so let's get stuck into them, boys. Let's take the game to them. Let's see if we can't get something out of it. And here's Ferguson bursting up the field. Ferguson, he's looking inside. He's cut inside. Find a pass. We are in with a chance. Was that a penalty? The referee is giving a penalty. I think the goalkeeper tripped the foot. Do I have a penalty taker on the pitch? Oh boy, what is going on here? This game is driving me nuts. It is Rojas. Rojas has scored. It is now Preston 3, Newcastle 1. Are we going to get to the Carabou Cup final? I'm going to go and play a little bit more balanced now. And then we will put our wing backs both on support duty. Let's try and hold on to this game now. And there's just 10 minutes left. Can we hold on? Can we keep Newcastle out? Newcastle are tired. We are tired. The game has just got a few minutes to go. And it is now the second half of extra time. Let's shout at the boys. Let's give them a bit of encouragement. We can do this. Come on, Preston. We can put one over on Newcastle. We can make it to the final. We're doing okay. Just hold on, boys. Don't do anything silly, and you will be in the Carabou Cup final. There is 3 minutes to go. Can we do this? Can we beat Newcastle? Newcastle will have a corner. The ball is into the box. It's headed clear. It comes out. We need to close them down. We need to get him closed down. We're letting him through. It's hit the crossbar and we've cleared it. And maybe that's going to be Newcastle's last chance. And no, they are going to get one more opportunity. Are they going to score from this final opportunity? We have committed a foul there. Then they are going to get a free kick. I suspect this is going to be the last opportunity. And we need to can we just hold on, please? Just hold on. They do have a chance. They have scored. I don't believe it. And it is going to go to penalties now. Oh, we've had it stolen from us again. We've beaten Newcastle on the night, but it's been stolen away from us. It's been very poor. And it's going to go to penalties, and that's just sad because we don't have anybody who can take penalties. And we are not going to win the penalty shootout. the game will be cheating if it lets us win the penalty shootout, because we don't have penalty takers. I think our highest penalty rating is 12. So we're not going to get through to the final now. And Newcastle finished the main bulk of the game, the 90 minutes stronger. They're finishing extra time stronger. It might not even go to penalties. They are in again. And it is almost having the victory taken away from us. I'll be happy with a 3-2 win. We haven't lost all the games. Come on, FM, you are way over time now. This is getting silly. And we need, if we can get the ball forward. Can we get the ball forward? Can we mount a counter-attack? And the game is going on in the background here. And suddenly I have no idea what has happened here. And it's like I said, you can see there's glitches in this game. Very big glitches, and you can see them now since the update. Look at our penalty takers. They are absolutely dreadful. Well, who knows what's going to happen here, but I suspect it's game up. Yeah, Simpson has penalty taking of 5, I think. Has a decent bit of composure about him, and he's missed it, and we are out, and that's it. It's all over. Newcastle have beaten us on penalties, and I feel cheated a little bit there. We did everything right, and you did yourselves proud today. We won the game, but we just happened to lose it on penalties. We are now out of both cup competitions. We didn't make the final, and everything is a little bit disappointing now. But at least it goes down as a green dot here, and we didn't lose. We beat Newcastle. We just lost on penalties. And if maybe we need to recruit some penalty takers in the summer, at least 2 or 3 who can take a penalty. And so, that's it. Cup competitions are finished. We now have to get back to Premier League business, and we have fairly good fixtures for the end of January. We'll have to find out what happens in the transfer window. I'm not going to come back probably until the end of February, when we'll come back for Wolves and Southampton. I think we need to get through this season now and see what happens in the Premier League. I'm not planning to do much business in the transfer window, but 1 or 2 things may happen. And that's it for this video. If you like FM content, if you're new to the channel, and if you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you're in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow, and help us to support the very good cause that you can see scrolling above. I'm very, very bitterly disappointed as a manager here at Preston. It was not our year, but maybe next year we will do one over on Newcastle. Not to be this year. We'll see you in the next episode.